What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our social break. All right, I got a lot of comments to read, but I'm gonna focus on one from Greasy. I appreciate all you've done to fight against racism and sticking up for marginalized groups like the one I'm part of, DACA. Don't let these Twitter fools get to your head, Anna, who say you're now racist. So I want to address that. So during an interview over the weekend, I mentioned how I think the discourse that the country is currently engaged in regard to race relations has actually led to more racial division. When we've had now 3 years straight of just brazen white people this, all white people that, Karen this, Karen that, it makes some people, including myself, a little hesitant to talk to individuals using statements like that on a regular basis. I should have been clear in mentioning a specific subgroup who think it's totally fine to say stuff like that. That is who I'm referring to. And I think, doesn't take a professional, it doesn't take a tenured psychologist to understand why people would feel hesitant to engage in conversations, open dialogue, when they're constantly reading day in and day out that just the very nature of them being white means that they're racist or hateful or promote white supremacy. And I would just venture to say that maybe we need to be a little more careful in throwing that word around, racist, because when you accuse people who aren't racist of being racist, the word loses all meaning. I'm now super hesitant to believe accusations of racism toward people until I've done a full look at the story and investigation myself, because it's now used to label anyone who says anything that is considered out of line. Now, if you watch that interview and you decide that I was out of line, that you didn't like what I had to say, and you no longer want to support the show, that is totally your right. But I'm always gonna speak my mind. I'm always gonna say what I actually believe. And I do think that the whole Karen narrative, which I did a long segment about just a few weeks ago, has been super toxic. And I think just assuming that people, based on the color of their skin, want to uphold white supremacy in America is just flat out wrong, period. That's what I think. So I wanted to address that, and I just wanted to say thank you to Greasy for the comment. All right, Pitchforks Dragon writes in and says,